NewsMobile special. I have a guest who does not need any introduction. Manoj Bajpayee, the family man.
Thank you.
Welcome to NewsMobile, Manoj.
Thank you, Saurabh.
Manoj, the family man, I would say, is on the top of the charts. I have met so many people who have been watching it.
Right.
And I've covered national security for a long time, and I think it's very realistic.
Right.
When you got the script, what was your first reaction?
I mean, my reaction was that it was breaking the clutter somewhere. Also breaking the stereotypes and breaking the clutter also because the uniqueness, the unique factors were the family and the balance and the NIA and the army and the terrorists. All of it, all of them are moving, but moving very realistically. I think everything attached with it. All the stereotypes are attached with all the departments was somewhere, giving me an opportunity to go as realistic as possible and break all the myths about the family relationships and the family conflicts, and break all the stereotypes of NIA and the agents and how they move around. Also the ISIS and the jihadi factor, what kind of relationship that those guys have. I mean, if you look at the script, how the film starts, it's about three ISIS young guys are on the boats. And who are they? They are from our neighborhood. They are the people who are moving around like any other common person. They have their own miserable conditions. You look at them and you feel pathetic about them. So somewhere a family man was when I read it, I felt that it is breaking so many stereotypes, and if any script has that kind of opportunity or the factor, it will break the clutter which is there on OTT platform.
You're a great storyteller there. If you see the kind of stories that you narrate in your character to, in fact, get information out.
Right. So
is that Manoj Bajpayee in real life as well?
No. I mean, Manoj Bajpayee, you can ask any of my friends actually. I'm mostly very quiet. I open up with great difficulty. This is what I have come to know about myself. But when I open up, I chat quite a lot. But mostly I prefer to be with myself, and definitely I try to avoid as many times as possible telling lies. But Shrikant is completely different.
Yeah. How is Manoj Bajpayee as a family man in real life?
That way, as common as it can be. I like to be very regular and try to avoid all the baggages as much as possible. Not because of anything else, not because I hate living a very very luxurious life, but something which I'm not used to it. I don't like to pretend too much. I don't like to go to parties too much. For health reason, also I feel that one should use one's time as productively as possible. Spend your time with the family, read as much as possible, and pretend as less as possible.
आप मनोज बिहार से हैं, दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़े हैं, NSD में गए, तो लिट्टी चोखा और ये सब स्टेपल है. अभी भी बिहारी आइडेंटिटी जो है मनोज बाजपेयी की इंटैक्ट है.
चोखा उतना ही स्टेपल डाइट है मेरा जितना कि किसी बिहारी का हो सकता है. मटन उतना ही बड़ा उसकी ब्यूटी हमारी लाइफ में है जितना कि किसी भी बिहारी के. माय वाइफ कुक्स बिहारी mutton. I cook it. And so many other family members of mine.
I'm married to Bihari, so I know exactly how important it is. Yeah.
So I mean, to answer your question, I'm a Pakka Bihari, but I don't need to flaunt it every time. And everybody knows that I'm a proud Bihari. You put me on any munch and any platform, and my answer will start with that same sentence, that I'm a Bihari boy and coming from Champara, Belwagaon, and I'm a son of a farmer.
Absolutely, a proud son. Nowadays, if you asked me, and I've been talking to a lot of film critics as well, there has been a resurgence, so to say, in the entertainment industry of the real hero, I would say.
Right.
A real hero away from all the glamour dump, all the, the typical stereotypes that were associated with the actor. People like you, Nawazuddin, they all come represent that genre. So how do you take to this? How has this transition happened? Because audience seem to be loving.
I mean, if you take your memory back 21 years, I'm talking ago. I mean, when Satya happened,
yes.
that is when the grammar started changing, because Ram Gopal Verma was one person who is responsible for breaking all the stereotypical symbols of our Bollywood, and not only Bollywood but all the major Indian film industries. He's somebody who kept on churning out products which were very much instrumental in changing the grammar of the industry. He has given me a chance, and Biku Mahatri happened, and since then I have been trying very hard to be part of content-driven products. And after 6 years after me, Irfan got a big opportunity. He came on. He got the bigger platform. KK Menon happened to the industry. And then yes, Nawaz and Pankaj Tripathi and all of these actors happened. And what is great that all the actors who came after me, they kept the tradition alive of not really focusing on how you look, but focusing on how the characters will look.
Absolutely.
So that was very, very important.
I loved, for instance, Gali Gali.
Yeah. That
was again something, a character or special 26. You really blended very well in the characters that you played. Tell me, a lot of young people are watching you today. What it takes to be a successful actor today?
What it takes to be, I mean, today you can't fake it, because OTT platform has changed the game. It has. Because when it starts it's streaming in so many countries, and when it is streaming in 200 odd countries, you are actually not. You stop being an Indian actor.
Absolutely.
You become a global actor. So when you are a global actor, you have to have global what do you call, capacity to really compete with the craft, with all those actors who are very, very active in all of those countries. You have to keep updating yourself. You have to be really good with the craft and the skill, and without that it's impossible.
Where all did you shoot The Family Man? Because I know there is mention of Pakistan, and you wouldn't have.
No, definitely not. No.
Not shot there.
No. I mean, Ladakh is there, Kashmir is there, and major part is shot in Mumbai and in and around Mumbai.
Yes.
So. And also what is the beauty of the making, and I give it to our director Raj and DK. They are such superlative directors. So, given the kind of budget that they were provided with and what they have created is humongous. I mean, it's so amazing how could they craft the film so well and make it look so international.
International and also realistic. As I said that earlier, that it was very. Which has been your favorite film? I know for an actor that's a difficult question. Amongst all the films and the work that you've done, obviously besides Family Man,
my own films. I mean, as Mr. late Raj Kapoor ji says, that all of them are my own babies. So it's very difficult to. Some of them ran very well, and some of them moved very briskly, and some of them couldn't. But
one character which you felt that it really
is very difficult, but Gali Gali has been. I feel that it has been such a difficult journey portraying that character, and which fetched me so many international Best Actor award. Because all the juries all across the world, wherever they have seen, they were completely thrown off with the kind of effort that they have seen on the screen, and in the manner the script, the film was crafted, and the performance was done. Yeah, Gali Gali would always remain very, very close to me.
One role that Manoj Bajpayee would like to play, that is your dream role, or a character you feel that you would really like to play that
dream role. I've gone past that age of playing say Devdas. But yes, for many years I had this, hidden urge to play Devdas. But they have made 3 times, I think, in our industry, 3 times. Lately, they have made. One was Sanjay Leela Bansali's, one was Sudhir Mishra's. Then Anurag Kashyap has adapted it in Devdi. So I was not part of them, so why to talk about it?
So Devdas is something which.
Yeah, I always wanted to play, but I couldn't.
Yeah. How were you in school and college? I know that. Were you really? You said that you were introvert. So were you the?
Always very shy and very introvert. Quite complex at times. But those complexities. I know what happens that when you become an actor, when you're working on your method and the craft, and so many teachers that sit with you, learn from. Barry John is somebody who's really made me focus inward and try to focus on my own complexes, and really made me understand those complexes and made me work on them. So yeah, I mean, I was all of these elements earlier, and I think I'm much more an improved person today than I was.
Did you have a stage fright? Which was jog your memory, recall your first stage performance.
My first stage performance was when I was 10 years old. It was an elocution contest in my own school, and I was given this job to recite Shri Harivansh Raoji Bachchan's poem Jo Beet Gayi So Baat Gayi, and I won the first prize. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the stage fright, I never had this. Strangely, I never had this stage fright, but I always felt very shy of the being in the group. I hated to stay in the group. Rather, I always chose a corner to stick to the wall. I was like the fly on the wall who was completely unnoticed by anybody. But I rejoiced going on the stage and performing there.
How was college for you?
Our college was my college was Ramjas College, Delhi University. I was very active in the Dramatic Society. I was active in Hindu College Dramatic Society. Iftada happened only after later.
Okay.
And Act 1 is something that I have formed with N.K. Sharma, which did very well. And that group, I was part of Sambhav and conducted so many workshops. I was majorly part of Theatre Action Group, which was run by Barry John.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, it was 10 years in Delhi. I've really kind of made very big use of it when I was staying here. Really learned the craft. Didn't do anything else. Didn't do any riff-raff. I was never part of any kind of partying around. Never part of any other activities other than theatre.
But tell me, you've had a long journey.
Yeah.
Was it difficult? Was it difficult to really break the mold in Bollywood in Mumbai?
I mean, it's very difficult. It's not an easy journey. I mean, so I knew that it is a difficult journey. Since my childhood, God has given me that much of sense and observation. Just by reading the interviews and reading about the industry, I realized that it is not going to be easy. So I didn't go to Mumbai straight away from my school. Rather, I came to Delhi to finish my graduation, be active with street plays, theatre. I really work on myself. I've given 10 years to theatre in Delhi. Learned the craft.
You still do theatre?
No. I mean, now so much offer is there, and such great offers are there. I can't afford to just.
What are the next projects that you're working on? Any big films?
See, I've done a Netflix original called Mrs. Serial Killer.
Okay.
So that will be It's a film. So it will be Shirish Kundar is the director.
Right.
So I can't divulge much. There is an embargo on it.
Yeah, sure.
So that will be releasing next year, beginning of next year. Then Family Man will be coming again.
So
season 2.
Season 2. I don't want to ask you what's there, but do we expect something?
I think it's going to be bigger and better.
Okay.
All I just tell you that.
So all you Family Man watchers, that's what he says, the bigger and better.
Yeah. And then you'll get Bhosle. There is a film which is going in all the festivals. It is completing its journey in the festivals. It has really been acclaimed. So Bhosle will be releasing. Then there is the 5 films. What do you call a backlog? That I have to complete one after another.
So pura packed schedule hai aapka.
Yeah, next year is packed. I can't even afford to go for the narration. Yeah.
So usually, how many films, or if you see the series, how many do you do in a year?
I don't know, Saurabh. I mean, life is good. I'm just keeping my finger.
Absolutely, for an actor, you have to be a busy actor. Yeah?
So God has been very, very kind.
Yes.
So yes, those films are, and then some of the films that I have sat with the director writers and got them, I set them up. So yeah, I mean, next year is really chock-a-block.
How are these Netflix, Amazon series different than, say, a typical Bollywood film? Are they quick shoots, or does that
So it's a lengthy shoot. It's a lengthy shoot and lengthy preparation. I mean, you're shooting 10 episodes, 45 minutes each. Is not going to be easy. I mean, we are working around the clock from 7 o'clock morning till 7
But are the budgets as large as the global budgets?
Not really. I mean, that is where I think we need to work on, because it's a very demanding and very lengthy job. And as an actor, or as directors, as writers, you are putting in the amount of energy that you put in 5 films. So I think the paycheck should be higher.
Hopefully, I'm sure the success of this will lead to that. You've done a lot of films on national security. IRA was one, obviously Family Man there. So do you read up a lot? Do you keep yourself
abreast? Yes.
Abreast of
Yeah,
what's happening?
yes, definitely. I mean, that is. I mean, in the time when we started working, for every little information, you really had to make a lot of effort. Really go to the offices, meet the right people, find the numbers. Now everything is available on Google. So and few of the information the director has worked on, I mean, he will pass it on to you, or the writer has it. We meet quite a lot. We sit on the script, but there's a lot you can do. I mean, if you're really interested in finding the truth about it. Yeah, that is the usual one that we do. That's part of the preparation. That is nothing to flaunt about. If you're really interested in making your performance multidimensional, then you have to work on it. IRA again was not an NIA. It's a army's what do you call
the covert
operation.
Yes.
And army does it for their own purpose, for their own mission, which is completely different from NIA.
Yes.
NIA is different from RAW. I mean,
yes, absolutely.
So
I've covered them. I know different character, but you played it very well.
Yeah. So you have to really know really in detail about army's operation and NIA's operation and RAW operation to really make it look very distinguished from each other. Otherwise they will all look the same.
The Family Man does not have time for your on-screen wife is obviously quite fed up. What is your advice in this mobile generation to a lot of people who are watching us? Find more time for the family away from the mobile phone?
Oh yes, I mean at times I'm also found checking the social media, and then suddenly I realized that I'm not doing any good to the relationship or good to my relationship with the daughter or with my wife. So I just put it away. But yeah, I personally have to seriously work on it, and I would really urge each and everyone to really put it away and find time to at least have lunch without mobile, dinner without mobile, breakfast without mobile, and when you're talking to each other, talk to each other, looking into each other's eyes. I mean, we just forgot that.
Absolutely. That's the reason I want to plug NewsMobile, because that's what we do. Quick, compressed news and videos, so that you don't have to put all your time on looking at your mobile device.
Yeah, it's quite addictive. Nowadays I hear so many people, say that I'm going to do the detox of mobile, and they go away from social media completely.
Before I let you go, what is your stress buster? I know with so many projects coming your way, you've been busy, but what is something that you do to relax?
But I'm a reading. Reading really relaxes me. I mostly, I try to read books on spiritualism.
Okay.
It's really.
Any particular?
I know I'm a follower of Kriya Yogi.
Achha,
So
right.
yeah, so that is something that I really I read a lot about it, whether it's Yogananda ji or Lahari Mahasaya ji, you know. And when you're talking about Kriya Yogis, you're not talking about any religion. Actually, it's all about this the spirit and the soul, and how to practice Kriya Yoga.
Okay. What is there on your playlist? What kind of music do you like?
What kind of I've always been a big fan of Kumar Gandharv ji. So you know, anything from them, or Sufi music, or Abida Parveen, you know, and so many other Pakistani Sufi singers. They are so great. Yeah, I mean, or Bhimsen Joshi ji.
बिल्कुल,
Yeah.
absolutely, बिल्कुल. और मनोज एक चीज़ आपने आपकी जो फैमिली मैन है उसमें भी पाकिस्तान का जिक्र है. बहुत ज़्यादा आतंकवाद हो रहा है from across the border. And you are somebody who always speaks his mind. Do you think that Pakistani actors, they need to speak up, especially on the issue of terrorism, and need to condemn it more openly than they do?
I think worldwide, each and every person should speak up against it. Any kind of terrorism is actually ruining the fabric of the society, and we should all be aware of it, and we should all be very vocal about it. Terrorism has really broken the society, and you know, got into ashes. You know, so it's and it all. I mean, we have come to this where so much it has come to a level where the mistrust has, you know, developed between the communities, between the people. So yeah, I mean, we should be vocal about it.
Manoj, thank you so much for talking to NewsMobile.
Thank you.
So that was Manoj Bajpayee, Unplugged, talking to you about the family man, his future projects, life, and how to de-stress. That's a NewsMobile special. Thanks for watching.